Okay. Here we are on armoredgames.com, though apparently this was originally a Newgrounds game. I'm not going to go to Newgrounds just to play it now, because I believe I lose some of the stuff I had. Anyways, what I am going to be showing you right here is I'm going to be doing a review on Brad Bourne's The Fancy Pants Adventure World 2. Now, I absolutely love this first game, World 1, but World 2 did added some things in that just made the game overall more sloppy. The trophies were an original part of it, and they were quite interesting. Now, although the default Fancy Pants icon is indeed orange, you do have the option to change it, and your choices are orange, green, red, blue, the default color from PowerPoint, and some ones I haven't unlocked yet. And so anyways, I'm just gonna stick with the default orange for now. This game was one of my favorites, or the original one was. This I'm not quite so sure about. The original game was a really fun romp around with the physics and everything. It had one of the coolest physics engines ever. Now we got basically 6 levels, and these things. Yeah. The original trophy worlds were a lot funner. I did not like a lot of these, and they were complete and total just thematic ruiners for the original game. Now, basically, what I liked about the original Fancy Pants was it had like a Sonic engine, basically, in my eyes. It played a lot like Sonic. It was like a Sonic engine with the tracker moves and free falls replacing it, i.e. that. Okay, but basically, this game chops it out by putting a lot of tracks where there used to be none. I love the free-falling concept. And the jumps were wild, and I will admit they did make quite a few improvements to the physics engine, but they found some other things to irk me off. Even in the original one, I keep forgetting S is jump. S is jump, by the way. Up is to enter doors, and that exclusively. Okay, basically, these are one of the levels not created by the game's creator themselves, but some other guy who decided he wanted, or who was friends with him, apparently. Now, unlike the classic thematic indulgence of Fancy Pants, which is some weird nature levels, these things completely and totally ruin it. I loved the original one. That was like, it was like Psychonauts on the PC. Well, there was a PC Psychonauts. But I never played that one. Okay, yeah. I know that looked very poor. But anyways, but seriously, you think space would be jump? No. Up jump? No. Space is pause and up is enter door. Anyways, those were completely non sequitur levels. Now if we're gonna take a look at now I'm gonna show you guys a look at the actual levels. Starting with level 1, I guess. Yeah, I probably should have just went start game, but I changed my mind. Now, don't get me wrong, I love the physics of this game to death. These are some of the coolest video game physics ever. But this thing, what anyone would really like about a Fancy Pants game, or at least me, was that it was, I gotta change it, was that it was simple, yet completely and totally playable. I mean, it was simple, it was fun, it was physicky, and I don't know if you guys are probably gonna get mad at me for this if you've ever actually played this game, but I consider it to be a pretty serious game for the most part. But then they decided to take a turn at complex and immature, and it ruined this very, very simple, fun game and put immature stuff in the background. Here I'm going to show you the opening sequence, which probably irks me off the most. You start by playing Fancy Pants Golf, which is played with a pencil and is actually some sort of mixture between... how could I explain this? Basically, it's a mixture between hide and seek and soccer. Just a sec. Okay, basically, and by I mean it's a mixture between hide and seek and soccer. It takes forever. You kick it, and it takes forever to find until you could kick it again. These signs are really cool. Nice addition. Goes really good with physics. Wow, I never actually did that before. Now this is the first time you actually see a story in this game. Yeah, the first ever mentioning of a real story in this game. However, the storyline, if it wasn't already immature enough, it also happens to be very annoying and a new addition to it that didn't work. I liked the fact that the original one didn't have a storyline. The random romping about and killing bosses was fun. Now that we get to the word the angry rabbit, I realized a couple things after here were Newgrounds references. And basically, I'm talking about Super Smash Bros. Brawl Taunts, which is a series on Newgrounds, and this. When I say that whenever you cross-reference Newgrounds on Newgrounds, it doesn't tend to turn out well. Well, Super Smash Bros. Taunts actually did a bit better at it. Because they did something where they actually mentioned Newgrounds. And, okay, I'm gonna back out of this. I was just showing you how annoying it is when they actually add a storyline to this game. And the whole soccer element is soccer or golf ball, or it's golf, but it's a mixture between hide and seek and soccer, basically. I don't know why I keep going in there on accident. I keep confusing up with jump and space, and I mean the controls are okay. It's just sometimes you just forget and it gets annoying. So basically this is a very, very cool game like its predecessor. However, it does have some flaws that the other one did not have as far as annoyingness levels go. Oh yeah, I was going to show you the third level where it gets what I'm talking about when I say immature. Or I think it's the third level. Whichever level had the stupid spider facility. Let's try this one. I know it's the fourth, but I believe this is the one I'm talking about. Of course, it's in a desert, a la Area 51. Super secret spidery headquarters. Shh. How immature is that? And they got one on the TV, one mixing some sort of concoction, and I don't even want to bother figuring out what the other ones are doing. I mean, the original Fancy Pants did not have something near as immature as that, and it went good that way. I mean, the original one was just a free roamer, and now they've got all these Sonic-y tracks added. I know the game originally played sort of like Sonic with all the loops and everything, but then they added in these full tracks in a different level I'm not going to show you, which it was fun, just free-falling and doing all sorts of stuff and defying gravity, and I used to love this thing. Like, they did that. That's what they normally do, but they threw in some tracks later on and they're annoying. And they got some levels that look like they're meant to be extremely hard that aren't at all. I mean, they look like what the designer thinking is, let's do an extremely difficult level by adding this element into gameplay, and it didn't work. As far as the snail, golfing, soccer, tennis, whatever, that was just a completely dead concept. It did add some more interesting way to get colors than you have them all, but it doesn't mean it played any better. I mean, it just wasn't fun, and they're obnoxiously difficult to get to. And if you hit the snail the wrong way in this one, there's no way you could get it back, and it doesn't respawn. I remember that much. Well, but like I said, it does play a lot like the original one, and the original one was a lot better. So I'm just going to end it with that. I hope you enjoyed it. Play this. Name of the game, Fancy Pants Adventure. You'll find it somewhere. Just Google it up. And bye.